There's absolutely no light in here. I mean, I put a light bulb in and it sparks and everything else. They mean for you to have really low lighting because they keep downgrading every couple of years, and I get less light and less light. My eyes get worse and worse. Okay, I want to talk about something. Okay, yesterday, okay, I got out in the early 90s, and remember I told you they let me out with a warrant. Well, anyways, and they should have ran it concurrent with the felony violation I was doing. Well, I got out in the early 90s, and I had a little place. I started out in San Pedro with my son's mom. But, when we broke up, I ended up in a little apartment. And, excuse me, sorry. And well, anyways, do you know my neighbor from downstairs? I mean, at first the neighbors in the houses, they hated me. They used to call the cops. But then eventually they fell in love. My sparkling personality. I was a whole different person back then. But the people underneath me, the guy, my best friend's best friend back then. Well, he was best friends with him first. But yeah, he came to see me, and I met his wife and his two kids, and he bought me a lovely dinner yesterday, you know. And I got a hold of a different neighbor. They used to live in the back house of my 2.5 bedroom house on Libman Avenue in Long Beach. And they were from Grape Street. The mama loved me, everybody loved me. You know, Eventually the block fell in love with me too. I used to take the kids and go rollerblading, and ended up smashed up because I can't rollerblade. I can roller skate, from the block and stuff. But the point is that everybody loved me, and I've been in touch with so many of my old neighbors, but a lot of them have died or moved away and stuff like that. And yeah, the point is that I lived in Long Beach for 11 years, on Lemon Avenue and then on 61st and Atlantic. At 61st and Atlantic back then, I lived next to a bar, and it was like 98% black neighborhood. I lived across the street from the Atlantic Boulevard Motel, which had bungalows. It's tore down now, and the bar is a church now. But, and people from different gangs, different black gangs, would come and they'd sell crack and they'd stay in the bungalows. There were prostitutes running around, gangbangers, slangers, whatever, crackheads, and I didn't let people in my house, but I wasn't stuck up. I talked to everybody, and I was really protected there, I'd be told, hey, you know what, tomorrow I want you to go in your house straight from work. I want you to, bring your kids back to the babysitter. Don't go outside. Boom. And I'd hear gunshots. And we all, all of us neighbors from the blocks, we all helped each other out or whatever. We didn't have to ask each other. I mean, down in Long Beach. And the point is that, it's pretty funny. And I was a whole different person. A whole different person. I told you the accident changed me. It made me softer, it made me an empath. It gave me all these feelings. And then also, I became a target. It's weird how every place else that I've lived, everybody's loved me. And I told you, where I come from, Hawthorne, it's labeled the city of good neighbors, but that doesn't matter because you're supposed to watch out for your neighbors. You get me? No matter who they are. And you're supposed to take care of each other. And, you could be from any city. And that's how it's always been for me. Until I came here and became a targeted individual after all those years. It's just weird the way that I'm treated here. And everywhere else, I've been treated amazing, and loved. And people have cared about me. And if we had any problems, it would be to the face. You know, this targeted individual, this gang stalking over here, that started, well, yeah. Well, anyways, it's funny. How can I be so hated and so discriminated against over here and so targeted in San Pedro? I don't get it. I just barely found one of the ones that used to live in back of me. And yesterday, somebody from the early 90s that was my neighbor, came to see me. He had to come to see me. And I'm glad he did. It filled my heart. But I don't understand, what makes me so different over here that I have to be targeted and messed with and, slow killed with the EMF radiation and, my mattress and the lights and everything, the broadcasting. I don't, you know, I've always been, since I was a kid, the one I named my daughter after used to tell me, you know what, it's good to be different. You don't want to be like everybody else. And I am different. I don't want to be like everybody else. We're lions. We are the lions. We stand out amongst the herd. And I've always been taught that. And I've always went like that. I'm just me. Whether I change or not, I'm still me. I don't want to fit in. I don't want to fit in. I just want to live life and be at peace and be left alone. That's it. But I just wanted to address that issue that it's just really strange that everywhere else but here in San Pedro. Goodbye, TIs. Stay safe. Peace, love, laughter.